Hello, Dazzle Rebel here, and this is my channel. Today I want to be talking about Scout for girls. So I'm heading out for a ride on my wife's 2016 Indian Scout. So one thing I hear on a semi-regular basis from very macho, or so they think they are, chauvinistic, stuck in the past bikers, is that the Indian Scout and the Scout 60 is a bike for girls. It's a bit of a hangover from the Harley Sportster, which was also seen in the same light. But let's be honest, this is the 21st century, and PC aside, because I hate being PC just for the sake of being PC, we do live in the 21st century, and girls are just as capable and quite often more capable than the average male biker anyway. So what does make the Scout a girl's bike? One reason that people may think that the Scout is a girl's bike is because it's, when you sit on it, it's actually a fairly small motorcycle. It's very low to the ground. It's very, even though it's 250 kilos, it is a lightweight feeling machine. It's very, very well balanced and very easy to move around. But it's also easy to get your feet scraping on the floor when you're going around bends. It is an easy bike to throw around, but why does that make it a girl's bike? Admittedly, my wife is very new to biking, and it suits her incredibly well because the power is so easy. It's very linear power delivery. It's such a smooth bike that it is a very, very easy bike to ride. But what that translates to, for someone who's got a bit more biking experience, is it's a hell of a lot of fun. It really is loads and loads of fun. And where is it written that girls get to have all the fun? Now, the things that make the Scout so easy to ride is all the same things that make it a really, really good city bike. Because it's so low to the ground, it's so easy to chuck around, it means going through the city, wading through the traffic, it's just so easy. As I said, why should girls get all the fun? So let's get some perspective. The Indian Scout has got 98 horsepower. 98 horsepower, that is not to be sniffed at. The Scout 60 has 78 horsepower. Again, that is not an insignificant amount of power. Let's rewind the clock back a little bit, shall we? If you go back to the 1970s and even the 1980s and 1990s, 78 horsepower was not to be sniffed at. 98 horsepower was bloody good. And that's the thing that's a bit perplexing, because the people, I say people, well I mean guys, who say that the Indian Scout is a girl's bike tend to be older generation bikers. They tend to be the ones who had bikes in the 70s, 80s and the 90s. And they were rolling around on bikes that had probably less power than this does. So what does that say about them? But the idea that girls are less capable bikers is what feeds into this whole idea of a girl's bike. Really what people mean when they say a bike for girls is a bike that's suitable for new riders. I know girls who couldn't run rings around me as far as riding goes. Already my wife, who's very, very new to biking, she only passed less than a year ago, she's already proven to be a formidable biker. She's certainly taken to it a lot better than I did. The thing I really love about the Scout is its linear power range. It is just that the torque and horsepower come in on an almost immediate curve. It's right from the outset all the way until it revs out. It's such a good bike. It's such a strong engine. Yeah, it's no sports bike, but I'll tell you what, the only reason you want a sports bike is to go quick around a track. In real life situations, on real roads, you can't use anywhere near the potential of a sports bike, but you can maybe get close to using the potential of a Scout, and you're going to have a lot of fun, a hell of a lot of fun doing it. The funny thing is, my wife's going to see this video, and when she watches it, she's going to see that I've been a little bit enthusiastic with her bike, shall we say. And one thing she's going to say is, you've been thrashing my f***ing bike around. The truth is, it takes a hell of a lot to try and thrash a Scout. That's quite interesting. The other beautiful thing about this bike is it's a cruiser, and it will cruise. As well as being very much a fun machine, it will just happily sit, just ticking over 40 mile an hour, fifth gear, just turning over the motor, doing 2,000 revs, just cruising along nice and steady. I'll let you into a little, well, it's not really a secret, just let you know into a bit of backstory regarding how my wife came about having the Scout. Is I really wanted one, and went into the showroom, and I was fully prepared to sign up to get one of the first generation Scouts. But at the time in the UK, there was a really big delay with them coming through. A lot of people were waiting 4, 5, some even 6 months to get them. So when I went to get my Scout, there was such a delay in them coming through that the dealers were basically just sticking you on the list and saying you're such and such a number in the list. And I would have had to have waited. I would have put the money down in February, and I would have probably have had to wait until about June if I was to get one. Now those delays have long since evaporated, because Polaris ramped up the production of the bikes. But back then, waiting 4 or 5 months for a bike just wasn't an option for me. I was ready there and then to make my purchase. And luckily for me, I ended up with a cracking deal on a 2014 Indian Chief Vintage that had already been customised with black leather as opposed to the tan. And so I thought, you know what, I can't really turn it down. I do have to let you know now that I've got myself completely and utterly lost. I have no idea where I am, and I have no sat-nav. This could be fun. My wife would absolutely hate this. I'm getting attacked by flying insects jumping out of the bushes. Suicidal kamikaze squad splatting on my visor. If this was a one-way road, you could hammer it down here and have loads of fun, but you just don't know what you're going to meet on a country road like this. For example, blind turn, jogger. It's a difficult one, isn't it? If you hoon down here, even though it's 60 miles an hour, if you hoon down here at 60 miles an hour, you really are sort of asking for trouble, especially around this bend. I mean, who knows what's around this bend? Do not rely on sat-nav. Okay. I have no idea where the A46 is. It's a road, and that's what I'm aiming for. Another reason I came out today was to scout some potential locations for some photos for my wife on her Scout and me on my Chief. I've not really found any decent safe ones yet. I should have probably brought my sat-nav, because if I do find something, finding it again may be tricky. I think I'm lost. This ain't a bad location. How you doing? Yeah, I'm fine. Just trying to find the quickest way back to Nottingham. Yep. Right.
And then that takes you to Loudon.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I came around and I was thinking, I purposely went out and I thought I'm just going to ride and see where it takes me. I've been in Nottingham for 7 years, but I've not really explored because I used to commute from Nottingham town to Luton, so I've only really been up here about a year, so I thought I'd go out and explore. It is, yeah. Thanks a lot, cheers. You see, that's the beautiful thing, motorcyclists help each other out. See, that was a girl on a bike. And whoever said that a Triumph Bonneville's a girl's bike? I mean, there is no such thing as a girl's bike. That's my point. So anyway, as I started saying, there was a waiting list for the Scout, so I got the Chief. But I did want the Scout initially, and I would have a Scout again in a heartbeat. It's just that there was such a good deal on that Chief that I couldn't let it go. You know, it's too good an opportunity to miss. And consequently, I now have my my Indian Chief, which I absolutely adore. I love it to pieces, but I still really do love the Scout. And I'm glad my wife's got one because it means I can nick it and go out for a blast. So in conclusion, is the Scout a girl's bike? Yes, it very much is a girl's bike, just as it's very much a guy's bike as well. I don't believe there is such a thing as a girl's bike. Motorcycles are gender neutral by their very definition. A motorcycle is a motorcycle. And whether you're a man, a woman, transgender, gender neutral, whatever you are, if you ride a motorcycle, then a motorcycle is a motorcycle. Go out and enjoy it, no matter what you ride. We're back on. Haha, excellent. How you doing? Well, hope you enjoyed that. Very educational video there. As you see, it wasn't as sexist as you first may have thought it may have been. Remember, if you liked it, give a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't. I really don't give a but it'd be nice if you did. And if you like the vibe, be sure to subscribe. As you can see either side, there's some other videos popping up that you may enjoy. And yeah, the subscribe button is just down here. Enjoy. Take care. Love ya.